In this video, we're going to look at how to create a flowchart using LaTeX. So let's start off by opening up a terminal window. LX Terminal. And we're going to launch FeatherPad. You can use any editor you want, but I'm going to work with FeatherPad. So here we are in FeatherPad. And we're going to start off with the preamble of the text file. First, we determine what kind of document it is. This is going to be an article using 12-point font. We need to include the package TikZ to be able to make the symbols and other parts of the diagram that we need. And then within TikZ, we're going to need to use a library. We're going to need to use several libraries, actually. TikZ library, okay? Some of the packages we need within the library: shapes, positioning, and arrows. Okay, all those are going to help us. After we do this, we can begin the document. And while we're thinking about it, it's a good time to put in end document. Okay, and then we'll go up again and put some other things in. So generally speaking, what I'm going to do is begin by centering the object that I'm interested in building. And I'll end center it as well while I'm at it. And then between the begin and end center, we're going to put in begin TikZ picture and end TikZ picture. Okay. All right, now having done that, let's start building this flowchart. So we're going to be using nodes to do this. A node in LaTeX is an element that is a piece of text. Okay. And the piece of text could be really any text string is considered to be the node that we want to position somewhere. Okay. And we're going to be using relative positioning to do this. And with working these nodes, it's good to name them, because then once we name them, we can refer to them by their names. And that is a nice shortcut. So let's start off by putting in a node that we're going to call S. This is the structure of putting in the node. And the nodes actually are within TikZ. So we'll call it S. And we're going to take this and make it a box. By default, it's going to be a rectangle that will enclose whatever text we're putting in it. Okay, we'll put edges around it that are black, and we're going to fill it with the color red at 70% intensity. And we'll make the text white. And let's put in some rounded corners. So you'll notice that we can put in the words rounded and corners, no problem. With a space between them, that's going to work fine. And then once we've done this, notice how the brackets are, this opening and closing brackets are colored to indicate that we've paired them, okay? After that, at the end, we put the text that's actually going to appear in the node. And then we close off with a semicolon. Okay, so that's the extent of what we're going to do here. So let's save this. Save as. Where are we going to put this? I'd like to put it into ENR 200. And whoops, I don't know what it's called now that I think about it. Okay, maybe I'll save it again, because I don't think I really did a good job of saving it. No, it's untitled. Ha, don't want it to be untitled, right? Oh, it's in there as untitled. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want it to be untitled. Sorry. I'll put this in as flowchart.tex. Okay, that's what we'll call it. All right. In fact, let me put a comment at the top. This is flowchart.tex. All right, so that's all set now. Okay, so now that I'll save it again. Save. All right. Now I'm going to shrink this window a bit, because I'd like to be able to have the window where we're editing the file be on one side, have the terminal window here where we're going to do the compilation, and then also have a viewer where we can look at the resulting PDF. All right, so let's look at where we are first, pwd. Okay, we're in the home directory. I'm on my own personal computer here. So I need to go down to the directory where I'm working with this file. And I'm going to make sure it's there. So it's called Flowchart. I hit tab complete. There it is. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to compile it. PDF LaTeX, flowchart.tex, and it actually compiled, which is great. All right, now I would like to look at the resulting document. So I'm going to see if I can find XPDF, okay, and see if I can look at it. All right, it's not on this computer, so I will use a different viewer that I have here that works a little bit differently from XPDF. And I'm going to open up this flowchart and look at it. Okay, it is wrong. It is wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay, so I need to go find the file that I need, that I really need here. Let me look at this. I think I got a little ahead of myself there. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see where we are. All right, so ls flowchart.star. Okay, so there are some files there. I want to see when they were created, so I do ls-lt. It's going to give me more information. Flowchart.star. Okay, so it looks to me like these were all created just now, but somehow I opened up the wrong file. So let me try to do it using QPDF view again. PDF view, ampersand. All right, let's see if I can open this now. File open. Where am I? Ah, wrong directory. That was the problem. Okay, I need to be in this other one, ENR200, and use the flowchart there. I had tried messing around with flowcharts before. That's why I opened the wrong file. It was in a different directory. That's the thing you should never do, is name two different files the same thing. Okay, so this is where we are. This is better. Okay, so this is the one we're actually working on. Sorry about that. Let me just shrink that down. So the word start is here. Okay, I can increase it again. Here it is. All right, so the box is rectangular. It is rounded, okay, rounded corners, and then the word start appears here in white font. Okay, so what we'd like to do is add to this, and of course, I've shown you already what the next box is, but let's just go through it anyway. Okay, so the next thing is going to be a node that we're going to call CW, because we're going to use it. It's going to contain the word check weather, because the purpose of this flowchart is to check the weather, is to make decisions about what we have to do to prepare to leave the house. Okay, let's say it's leaving the house in the morning, right? So we're going to check the weather. That'll be the next thing. So this is a box that we're going to create now, and we're going to say that the edges will be black. Okay, that we're going to make it so that it is rectangular. All right, that's the default, and we're going to make this box blue, okay, to differentiate it from a start box. Okay, we'll make it blue at 70%. The text will be white, and it will not have rounded corners, okay, but we want to place it in relation to the start box. We want to put it below, okay, so we're going to use the key below, and it's going to be equal to of S. S is the name of the node, the start node, okay, below. Let's make sure I get this right, okay, below equals of S, okay? And then the text that we're going to put in the box is going to be check weather, okay? Put a semicolon at the end. I'm going to make the PDF view box a little bit smaller so that I can widen the editor box. So you'll see a little bit more. Some of these commands are kind of long. You want to be able to see them, okay? All right, so we've placed in here the node, okay, that has the words check weather in it. If all goes well, it will be a blue rectangle with white lettering. Okay, so let's take this and shrink it down. Okay, we have to save out what we have here. Save, come down here, recompile, okay, and then come up here and refresh. All right, Now we have the box that says check weather. Okay, we want to keep adding boxes. So the next box we want to put in is going to be a box where there's a question asked, a yes/no question. Okay, so let's call this the question box, Q. Okay, and this box, the Q box, we're going to draw. All right, and we want it to be, we'll make it blue because we want the start box and the end box to be one color, which we'll use red, and then all the other boxes we're going to use blue. Okay, so we'll do fill equals blue at 70%. Okay, and the text will be white as before, and it's going to be below the check weather box. Below equals of S. Okay, and we're going to put in here the question, which is raining, question mark. Okay. All right, so having done that, let's save it. Come down here, recompile. It worked. Awesome. Let's refresh. Okay, I put it below S. That was a mistake. Okay, they overwrote each other. I want this raining box to be below the check weather box. I made a mistake here. I had to make this CW. That's what I wanted to have it below. Okay, save. Let's go back down here, refresh, recompile. Refresh, there we go. Okay, so now it's set up correctly. Everything looks good except that this box that contains the word raining, it's supposed to be diamond shaped. So we're going to have to make it diamond shaped. And the way that we do that is after the draw command, we put in here diamond. Okay, that indicates that it's not a rectangle, the default rectangle. You have to specify the shape explicitly that you want. Let's do this now. Okay, so now that does look better. Whoops, I did the wrong one, didn't I? Sorry about that. That was wrong. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting a little distracted here. Okay, so let's try this again. Yeah, this is the box that needs to be diamond. Okay, save. Okay, go back down here. PDF LaTeX, refresh. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. So that's good. The only thing is that this raining in the diamond, it would be nice if it didn't have these proportions. It would be better if it were a short, wide diamond. Okay, so we can fix that because right now the height and the width are equal to each other. We'd like the width to be twice as big as the height. And so what we can do to make that happen is to use a keyword called aspect. Okay, aspect allows us to adjust the proportions. It is a ratio of width to height. So if we want it to be twice as wide, then we need to make the aspect twice as wide as tall. Then we need to make the aspect 2. Okay, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, that's how we'll do it. Let's save this now. Come back over here. PDF LaTeX here. There we go. That looks good. Okay, so now we have that set appropriately, and let's put in another box. We want to put in another box. What happens if the answer to the question, is it raining, is true? Then we're going to want to put another blue rectangular box below that. So this one, it's going to be that we'll take an umbrella. Okay, so that'll be what we'll do if the answer is yes. So let's make this node called TU. Okay, and we're going to draw with a black border a rectangle, right? And the fill will be equal to blue at 70%. The text will be white. And we need to put it below the question node. Okay, and the thing we're going to put in here is take umbrella. Okay, put a semicolon at the end. And we'll save that out. Come down here, recompile, refresh, there it is. Okay, so if the answer to the question, is it raining, is yes, then the answer is take the umbrella. The next step would be to take the umbrella. Okay, if the answer is no, it's not raining, then we're going to want to take sunglasses. So let's fix that now. down here, we'll put in another node that we'll call TS, meaning take sunglasses, right? Okay, so let's put in here TS. And again, we'll do draw equals black, have a black border. Fill equals blue at 70%. Intensity, and then we'll do text equals white. And then we're going to make this off to the right of the question box. So we'll say right, okay, it'll be right equals of Q. Okay, so that should work. And the words will be take sunglasses, semicolon. Okay. Save. Okay, come down here, get the command back, recompile, come up here, refresh, there we go. Okay, and then the diagram has recentered on the page. Okay, since we've added something to the right, this is how it's set up now. Okay, so we're almost done. We have one more box to put in, okay, and that is the end box. It's going to be very similar to the start box. So the end box we'll say is node, and we'll call it E, okay, and it's draw black, draw equals black, fill equals red at 70% with text equals white, and it's going to be below of TU. We want to put it below the take umbrella node, okay, and the word we want to put in there, is end, and then there's one more thing. We want to make it have rounded corners. So let's go back and look at how we did that before. Okay, after text equals white, rounded corners. Okay, that should work. Okay, so it's got a lot to it, right? The node's name is E. It has a black border. It's going to be filled with red at 70% intensity. The letters, the text that we put inside will be in white. It will have rounded corners, and it will be positioned so it is below the take umbrella node, and it will contain the word end. That's the idea. And we'll save this out. Come down here. We will recompile, refresh, and there it is, end. Okay, so those are all the boxes that we want to include in this flowchart. The next thing we want to do is put in some arrows to connect these boxes together. So let's do that now. First thing we'll do is put an arrow that connects the start box to the check weather box. Okay, and this is how we'll do it. We'll do draw, okay, and the starting point is S, okay, and then we use the command edge. Okay, and what are we going to put in here? We'll put in an arrow like this, a dash, and then the arrowhead, okay, because we want it to be an arrow, the arrowhead to terminate on the destination. So that's the connection using edge. And where do we want it to go? We want it to go to check weather, like that, okay? So we'll save this out, come down here, recompile, refresh, and there's the arrow. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. This arrow is this little shrimpy arrow here, okay? Right? Not very pretty. There it is. All right, so let's now look at changing that arrow, okay? Let's replace this arrowhead with something else. A better looking arrow, in my opinion, okay? It's called a LaTeX arrow. This is just a particular font. I don't know why it's called LaTeX, but it is, okay? And it makes a pretty nice looking arrow. So instead of having that greater than symbol, we have the word LaTeX enclosed in curly braces. Okay, so we'll save this now. Come down here. We'll recompile, refresh, and then you see how the arrow is now a solid black triangle. Okay, so that's what I want to use for all of my arrows. That's what I'm going to use now, okay? So we've made the first arrow. We're going to make another one between the check weather node. Let's just take what we have here and copy it, okay? paste it here. And let's just replace the starting point is going to be CW, and the ending point is going to be the question node. Okay. And then from there, what do we want after that? We want an arrow to go from this box that has the question in it down to the take umbrella, right? So we just do this again. Start at the question, go down to take umbrella. Okay. And then we'll do it again, and that will take us to, we'll start at the take umbrella and go down to end. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Then we come down here, we recompile, we refresh. Okay, and then we have arrows connecting all these in a nice line. Looks pretty good. Okay. We're going to need to put an arrow connecting the question box to the take sunglasses box, so we can do that. No problem. Let's do it here. Okay, so we start at question, and the destination is going to be take sunglasses over here, right here. Okay. Save. Okay. Recompile. Refresh. There we go. Looks very nice. All right, so if we look at this, we're mostly done. There's only one more thing that we need to do. If you look at it, you see that the flowchart works pretty well. Actually, there's a couple more things we have to do. One is we have to figure out a way to connect take sunglasses to the end down here. Okay, now we could just make a line that diagonaled over, okay, but it wouldn't look that great. Could do that. All right, but it might be nice to make a line that goes down, straight down, and then turns to the left and touches the end node over here. So, but in order for us to do that, we have to connect lines. The lines are connected between nodes, right? So we're going to have to make a node down here about where this little cursor is that's invisible. Okay, so the invisible node I'm going to call a ghost node. And we can make a ghost node as follows. I'm going to back up to here where the nodes are. Okay, I'm going to call this node, let's do this, node, I'm going to call it GH for ghost. Okay, I think that's how I do it. Let me think about this a little bit more. No, that's not how I'm going to do it, unfortunately. It's not, well, I am going to do that, but not yet. I have to put some other stuff in between. Okay, so let's do this. It's shape. Okay, shape equals coordinate. Okay, shape equals coordinate. Okay, and what I'd like to do is place this node somewhere down here. Okay, maybe down about here. I don't know quite where that is. It's just going to be below this take sunglasses. I'm going to put it in to be 3 centimeters down. Okay, so let's try that. 3 centimeters. Okay, so I'll say it's below. Below equals, and now I'm going to specify an actual distance. These other ones, I didn't do that, so it defaulted to probably 1 centimeter, right? I'll say 3 cm, okay, of the take sunglasses node. And I am going to name it GH, that's the name of this node, and then I'm not going to put any text in it because it's supposed to be invisible. So the shape is coordinate, it just specifies a location, right? There's nothing, there's no actual figure enclosing anything, it's not like a box or anything like that. So let's do that and recompile and refresh, and as far as I know it's fine, I don't see anything, okay? So, but now we really find out if it worked, okay? This is what we do. We're going to draw a line now between the take sunglasses node, draw from the take sunglasses node, okay, edge, and then we'll put in this LaTeX arrow, okay, and we'll put in ghost, right? We want to make it go down to the ghost, right? Go from the take sunglasses down to the ghost. Let's put a semicolon. Let's try that. Okay. Recompile. Okay, refresh. Okay, so it put in an arrow. That's awesome. Okay, it's a little too short though. I'd like it to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to go back and make it 3.3 centimeters. Okay, just try that. And then I want to put in an additional arrow, okay, that goes from the tip of this arrow over to the end box. So let's try this. Draw, and we start at the ghost node, right? And then we use edge, LaTeX, and the destination is the end node. Okay, there we go. All right. So having done that, I'm going to recompile and then refresh. Okay, and now I have something that looks pretty much like I want. The only thing is I really don't want an arrowhead here, right? I have an arrow, tail, there's the tip, and then I go tail to tip. I would like an arrowhead here at the end box, but I don't want one here in the middle. So let's go back here. This is the command that drew the downward arrow. So I need to change it. So this is what we do. We go in here for this edge part. So this LaTeX, this is the part that specifies the arrowhead. We'll just take it right out. And then now we're asking for just a line. So from the take sunglasses node down to the ghost node, we should just get a simple line. So let's try that. Save. Okay. Recompile. Refresh. There we go. Okay, so that worked pretty well. All right. One more thing that I need to mention, and that is putting in some words. Okay, I would like to put in some words because for this raining box, I need to specify yes or no, right? I mean, it doesn't show the yes and the no here, right? It's, you kind of can infer, but we need to put those labels in here. So the way that I can do that is go back to the command that is used to draw the arrow. Okay, so the arrow that goes from the question down to take umbrella, right here. This is the one that I'm talking about. I would like to put the word yes in here. Okay, so the word yes is going to appear alongside the arrow if I do this correctly. So here's what we're going to do. We have draw, Q, edge, LaTeX, okay, up to here, right? And that's where we want to change things, okay? We're going to need to put in a node marking there, okay? Right here where the cursor is, I'm going to insert something. I'm going to put in node, okay? And then I'm going to specify the font. Font equals \tiny/TT family, okay? And then I would like the text to be to the left of the arrow. The arrow is here. I want the word yes to appear over here on the left part. Okay, so I'm going to put in left, okay? And then I put in the word I want, which is yes. Okay, like that. Okay, so this should do it. All I've done is I've inserted between the edge piece that describes the arrow and the destination is I put in a node, okay, which is going to be enclosing the word yes. So I'll say save, and I come back down here, and I recompile, and then I come up here and I refresh, and there's the word yes. It's kind of small, but it's fine, okay? So we've done that for this arrow, and now we need to do one between the question and the take sunglasses box, right? So we need to find that command. That one's this one. This one is a draw command that puts an arrow between the question and the take sunglasses box. We need to do a similar thing to what we just did. Okay, so it means going between the edge part and the destination, the TS box, take sunglasses. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next line, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to say node font equals \tiny \TT family, and then here, where's it going to go? Well, this is the arrow that we're working on. I want the word no to appear above, okay, above this line, so I'll write the word above, okay, and then the text that I want to appear is no. There we go. So I'll save this, save, Okay, and then we go down here, recompile, here, refresh, there it is. Okay, so that's the whole thing. This is the flow chart that I've made. And this means that you can do flowcharts like this as well. Okay, there are 3 kinds of boxes that we're looking to make here: the start and end with the rounded corners, and then these other boxes here, right? So there's the rectangular box, which is the default, and then the diamond shape box. So this should work. Depending on the size of the text, you know, that's something that you might want to change the size of. There are other ways that you can do that. But I'm not going to address that in this video because I'm trying to keep this very basic. So I may, if I present this video to you in some way, I may be giving you supplemental information on how to do some of the other things. But this is the basic thing.